So I wanted to make this video. You've seen the title. Obviously, we're talking about making money online with a focus on telling your story. I don't know about you, but I've not seen a lot of people talking about this online, particularly here on YouTube. You will have seen videos that come up from course providers, dropshipping store course providers, for example, and they always include and incorporate telling a story. But how can you use this? If you're someone that's looking to build wealth online, if you're someone that's looking to start a business or build wealth as more of a freelancer service provider online, how can you leverage this? This is going to be a no BS realistic approach in terms of what we can gain from these strategies and how we can leverage these. What I'm also going to do is give you some actionable steps to hopefully get you started on this way of making money online. Let me tell you a quick story. There's this guy that I know that started a TikTok account back in 2020. All this guy wanted to do was promote his music. He'd tried numerous other platforms before. He'd even tried uploading here on YouTube, but he wasn't seeing much success. So eventually he started a TikTok account. Obviously there was a huge wave of TikTok at the time. Eventually he became so good at creating short content on TikTok that he amassed 400k followers. Now, what this guy then did was, to prove that this is not a fluke, let me take the same strategy and try it on a different platform. He took the same thought and tried it on YouTube when YouTube launched YouTube Shorts in response to TikTok's short content. What this guy then did, he achieved massive success on there as well. Now, obviously YouTube is notoriously known as not being as easy as TikTok in terms of achieving subscribers and success, etc. But relative to the success that he was seeing on TikTok, he was seeing success here on YouTube as well. This guy had no intention of starting any sort of business or providing a service around this. All he wanted to do was simply to promote his music and get more people listening to his music, get revenue from those streams or other types of products that are related to his music. Now, whether you've worked it out or not, this guy is actually myself, and that is my story in terms of how we got to where I am today, in terms of the numbers that you are seeing on screen. Now, what is your story? If you're someone that's looking to make an impact online, if you're someone that's looking to make thousands of pounds or dollars online, starting your own business or providing a service, freelancer, or even applying to a role that's going to be more rewarding than a job role where you are right now, what is your story that you've got to tell to those people that you're applying to, or the potential customers that you're selling your service to online? All around us, there are stories. It's just one of those things that you see all the time, but you never really pay much mind to it if you're not looking for it. These stories come to us in the form of paid ads, free videos that you can watch here on YouTube. And just to give you an idea, in the fourth quarter of 2022, YouTube ads were worth $7.9 billion. Okay, and that's how much the story market is worth in terms of paid ads. This is just paid ads alone. The way that these course providers, these service providers that you see advertising to us all the time here on YouTube, the way they present their service that they're trying to sell to you, or their course that they're trying to sell to you, or the consulting that they're trying to sell to you, whatever that service is, they tell a story, quite simply. The way they do this, for example, they'll never start the advert with, I am selling a course. The course is about dropshipping. Purchase that course and gain value from it. I've personally not come across one ad like that. But if you notice, and this happens all the time, they always start with a story. Jenny, single mom of two, was stressed out at a previous job. She's now making £30,000 a month after learning this one secret. Mike, a janitor, was making very little at his previous job, but he came to me and I taught him this little secret and he's now making 5 figures a month. George, very stressed out at the job that he was working before, no time for his kids, no time for his family. In fact, he had depression and he was struggling and suffering. He quit the job and is now making 6 figures a month using this strategy. So you see what I'm doing there? They're telling a story to get you in. They're proving to you first that the service that they're providing is actually working, giving you an example. And this happens over and over again. Success leaves clues. There's a reason why all of these adverts always start the same way. Now, in terms of you being able to apply this into your own strategy of making money and building wealth online, these are the 3 actionable steps that I've come up with based on what I've learned so far. Build a portfolio. If you're wanting to offer a service or a product to a new prospect, you need to have a portfolio behind you, and that is not as difficult as you think. Do some work, for either very low at the beginning or for free, whether that's your family member that you're doing it for, friend, whether it is an actual customer. Build a portfolio so you can show your work and say, this is what I have done up until this point. My story, for example, I'm showing you my growth in terms of my YouTube channel. This is what I've done up until this point. This is how I've gained the following that I've got on that channel. This is how I'm able to get those numbers. That is my portfolio. If I was to go to a company, for example, and say, hey, let me repurpose your content into short form content, I'm able to then show them and say, this is what I've done before. These are real results. I've done them in public. They are easily accessible and you can go and view them yourself. So build a portfolio. Number 2 is learn to sell. People hate that word. I don't want to sell. I don't want to have cold conversations. If you're trying to make meaningful money, wealth, or growth online, you need to sell. There's loads of resources online. When we're saying sell, this could be based on a face-to-face conversation, a telephone conversation, an email. It's not necessarily always going to be cold calling. Everyone is selling all the time, okay? When your wife is telling you, let's not go to McDonald's, let's go to Burger King for these particular reason, they're selling that to you. When your child is saying, I don't want to watch Thomas the Tank, I want to watch this instead, they're selling that to you. So if this is something that you're struggling with, people are selling to you all the time. You probably already sell all the time. You just don't realize it. Learn the frameworks, the different ways to structure a conversation or an email or a face-to-face conversation or a telephone conversation in a way that works. An example is these adverts that I've just mentioned to you that are selling these courses to you or these services. That is a structure of a conversation there within itself. And all these people are doing, they're selling. So learn to structure a conversation in a way that works. The third step is start to reach out. Email, face-to-face, phone. I would test it organically first rather than using systems and softwares out there. Maybe try sending a couple of emails manually yourself, personalized to the people that you're sending the emails to, as opposed to starting off huge scale. See what the response is. In summary, build a portfolio. That could be the very thing that separates you from the next man or woman. Learn to sell, to speak in a way that gets you clients and customers quicker. And third, start to reach out, test a few different approaches, find a way that works. Get a mentor that's able to do that. Watch videos on YouTube, learn how to do all these things. Initially, from there, having that story that you've already built up until that point, that's going to push all of this in the right direction, and that's going to make you much more likely to get those clients and customers because you have proof that you've done this before. The importance and the power of story. But most importantly, what do you think? Do you guys agree? Is this something you see all the time on YouTube videos as well? Is this a common trend that you find amongst millionaires as well, amongst successful salespeople, YouTubers? Is this something that you've tested, that has worked before? Is this something that you're struggling with? Let me know in the comments. I'll reply to as many as I possibly can. Thank you for watching this video.